Tonight, for the first time in Universe Mode history, we witnessed the first ever Raw exclusive pay-per-view where we will see every single championship from Raw up for grabs. It is the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is BrendenPlayz. This is WWE 2k19 Universe Mode. And this is the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. And of course, if you want to watch a specific matchup for tonight's show, head to the description down below. Click on the timestamp and go ahead and watch whichever match you would like to see first. There are 6 matches in tonight's show, and we're going to kick things off with a championship matchup. The tag team titles are on the line. We're going to see a team known now as Strong Knockout in action. Roderick Strong, Kassius Ohno, the first of our 4 teams competing in this matchup here tonight. It is a fatal 4-way Tornado Tag Team Championship match. There are 4 teams involved, including SAnitY, Strong Knockout, the Usos, and the Hardys. This is the first team out for action here tonight. Roderick Strong and Kassius Ohno recently drafted to Raw from NXT in the post-WrestleMania draft. So they've been on Raw for a couple of months now, had a chance to kind of get their feet wet and get a chance just to get a bit of a feel of what the tag division here on Raw is looking like. And they've got a real opportunity here tonight because they get a chance to face the 3 of the best teams in one night and potentially win the Tag Team Championships here on Raw. A team that has been Tag Team Champions approaching the ring right now. They are Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. So much to like about these 2 men. They have all the potential in the world to go all the way and win back these Tag Team Championships. You got Jay on the left, Jimmy on the right. So much talent between these 2 men and so much to like. But the fact of the matter is, wins have been hard to come by, but the last couple of weeks, they've just been able to score a few victories to get them in contention here. They've done enough to make it here. Now can they make the most of it now that they are here? Well, their opponents, we've already seen Strong Knockout. The next pair will be SAnitY. And we spoke earlier about the draft post-WrestleMania. This is another team that came up from NXT in that same draft and has looked to certainly make their presence known. They are a chaotic team. They can certainly beat the best of the best because they are former NXT Tag Team Champions. They've tasted championship gold in the past. They've had success. Now it is time to prove if they are good enough to beat the teams right now on Raw that are at the top. This is their first opportunity for the Tag Team Championships here on pay-per-view. Can they make the most of it? Killian Day and Alexander Wolf will be the pairing here tonight. Eric Young will lead his team into battle, but he will not be allowed to be ringside for this one. Obviously, the nature of this match, it is a fatal 4-way match, therefore no disqualifications, and of course, it is the first pinfall or submission to a finish, so there's not elimination rules. Therefore, outside interference would certainly play too much of a factor in this one. So Young forced to leave ringside after he introduces his team. That's a call by our Raw General Manager Christian on that one. He does not want any outside involvement in this one. And finally, the last team in this, they are the Tag Team Champions. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys. Without a doubt, one of the best teams going around right now. They're a veteran team. They've been one of the best teams of all time as well. And they have held the tag team titles since the Royal Rumble. They beat Gallows and Anderson, the Club, who, of course, just won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So that goes to show the caliber of team the Hardy Boys had to beat to win these Tag Team Championships. And, of course, they beat them again at WrestleMania to defend those tag team titles. So the Hardy Boys have had a pretty tough time of it. And now that there's all these new teams here all at once, it seems like an uphill battle, an arduous task indeed. In fact, you'd have to say the Hardy Boys' chances are pretty slim to none of winning this one here tonight. It's fatal 4-way tornado tag team rules, which means all 4 teams will be in the ring at once, all 8 men. So your teammate, you're going to have to rely on him big time to watch your back, that is for sure. What it can do, what it will mean is that there is no tag, so it's going to be frantic, it's going to be chaotic, every team's going to be fighting at once, and you can double team, or you can go 2-on-2, or you can get double teamed. And if not, well, maybe we'll even see teams team up to take down other teams. I mean, the Hardy Boys are the team to beat right now. It'd be a pretty smart idea to try and take them out early. As Matt Hardy gets taken over the top of the rope there. And that was Jey Uso doing that one. Jimmy Uso to the outside. Jimmy's got the shirt on, Jey without. Now Jimmy heading over to Killian Dane right now as Roderick Strong's in the middle of the ring. As his tag team partners to the outside. And you can see double team action going on here right now as Jeff Hardy and Alexander Wolf targeting Roderick Strong. Now look at Roderick Strong, Kassius Ohno. They are now known as Strong Knockout. That to me suggests that they are committing to this thing. You know, when they formed a pairing together, it was out of necessity. But they stuck with it. And now it's taken them all the way here to the big dance of Monday Night Raw and now the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. So I'm a little surprised that, yes, of course, you know, they are two great individuals, but they've been able to make this tag team work. They haven't been perfect, but they've shown a lot of promise. As the first cover of the matchup, a count of one. Jeff Hardy wasn't worried. He was watching just in case. As Jeff Hardy works away on Wolf. So you can see Ohno and Hardy working away on Alexander Wolf. Meanwhile, Jeff Hardy's tag team partner and Alexander Wolf's tag team partner both getting taken down by the opposition. And that is, of course, the Usos working on both of those superstars right now. Every team in this match, bar the Strong Knockout team, have been tag team champions of some variation. So, high caliber teams in this one. There's a lot of good teams right now on Raw. We've got the four of the best in the ring right now. And you know, we're seeing over on SmackDown some new teams stepping up over there. We're seeing it here on Raw as well, which is fantastic to see. And now, for the first time ever in Universe-wide history, a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship matchup. We're getting a chance to witness it right here on pay-per-view. It's been a long time overdue. Other instances throughout Universe-wide history, we have seen teams all come together in a big bunch all at the same time, performing at a high caliber level, but only one team has been able to get these tag team championship opportunities. Now our Raw General Manager Christian has changed his stance on that decision, and he's looking to give more teams opportunities at the same time, which is fantastic to see. Jeff Hardy trying to get back into the ring. He needs to help out his brother Matt, who could be in some trouble. As it's Jey hanging him up there on the top. Killian Dane getting hit by the neck breaker by Jimmy. So the Usos controlling the ring right now, and that's crucial. You want to try and hold that ring for as long as you possibly can, because obviously this is going to be very difficult to get a pinfall opportunity. There's 6 other guys in the match you're going to have to worry about. We've seen triple threat matches, fatal 4 matches. There seems to always be one guy lingering around. Well, now there's 6 guys potentially lingering around. It makes it very difficult to find the right opportunity to go for a cover. But if he can make that opportunity come, if he can pinpoint the right spot, it can be the difference between a win and a loss. And that's going to be crucial in this match here tonight as Ohno set over the top hangs on as Strong works away on Jeff Hardy at the top. So you want to make sure that there's nobody around, but you're not going to get many chances to do that. So when you might only get 1 or 2 chances throughout the match. What a big boot there by Ohno. So you've got to make the most of those chances, as Ohno has one right now. But you can see he's worked away on Matt Hardy. He's in a lot of hurt, but there's too many guys around. There's still one member of the Usos. If he can get rid of Jey right now, a chance could be coming available. But not to be, as Jey hits the DDT, Matt Hardy back to his feet, and all of a sudden, it's now Kassius Ohno in a bit of trouble. Kassius Ohno, Roderick Strong, 2 men who competed many times for the NXT Championship, unsuccessful in winning it though. Never were able to win, as now Roderick Strong with a right hand saved the match for his tag partner. The referee got caught in the crossfire, as now the knees, the double knees, into the midsection of Jey. We knew it was going to be frantic. We knew it was going to be a bit chaotic. And we're seeing it right here tonight. The referee is down. Even he's in a bit of hurt. He seems to be getting back to his feet. You can see right now a 2-on-1 opportunity. But Jey shrugs him off. Strong Knockout had the ring held for a few seconds there. And that's all it takes. It only takes 3 seconds to win a match. And if you get that chance, you've got to make the most of it. Matt Hardy's in there with Killian Dane, Jeff Hardy, Jey Uso, Roderick Strong. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso and Alexander Wolf to the outside. Of course, Eric Young, as we said earlier on, not allowed to be ringside. As now Matt Hardy has Killian Dane down. The big man is down. The beast from Belfast in some trouble. Jeff Hardy, I think he's thinking about something here. I don't know what. Not looking to go to the top. Kassius though is going to get in the way. Hits the German suplex. Could potentially go for a cover, but not to be. Matt Hardy now working away on Roderick Strong. It is the Uso and Wolf to the outside of the ring. Jey Uso going to the top of the rope here. Not worried about his brother right now. He's worried about winning this thing. Here we go. Went for the Uso splash, but Jeff Hardy got back to his feet in time. Not to be. Now Killian Dane up top. You don't want to be there. Oh, he's able to shrug him away and just barely hangs on. That could have been disastrous for him as now Jey gets shrugged off. Jeff Hardy trying to stop the offense from Jimmy Uso coming in. Kassius trying to get to his feet. A super kick galore right now. There's a couple we've just seen from the Usos, but that second one from Jey didn't quite get all of it. Strong's up at the top of the rope here. Chance for someone to hit a superplex potentially off the top. As now, speaking of suplex, there it is. Matt Hardy with a suplex on Alexander Wolf. And now Jeff. DDT on Killian Dane. Roderick Strong up top. Missile drop kick in the back of Jey. Twist of fate by Matt Hardy. It is chaos right now. Absolute mayhem here in the ring. One team will win. Will it be Jeff Hardy as he tries to put Wolf away? No! A kick out at two. That was close, but no team got themselves involved. That suggests to me it could have been over right there. Wolf's in trouble. Jeff Hardy senses this. Jeff Hardy goes to the top. Here we go! Swanton bomb! Killian Dane. Kassius don't really notice. Oh, Kassius wants the cover. He's going for the pin, but Killian Dane interrupts. Jeff Hardy not happy about that. Oh, head first goes down Killian. Kassius rather. Killian Dane instead working away on Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy trying to get the beast down, not to be. Jeff Hardy rolls to the outside. Alexander Wolf is back to his feet, thank goodness. It's now Kassius can only watch on as Matt Hardy gets taken down. No reason for him to get himself involved. Now Wolf takes down Jey Uso. It's all of a sudden SAniTY's match to win here. They're in control of the ring. The Hardys nearly won this thing, and now SAniTY are on the verge of taking control and potentially winning it themselves. But they've got to deal with the Hardys again. Oh, what a boot there. That'll deal with Matt pretty quickly. Kassius now lining up Jey in the ring. And here we go, went for that big boot, missed out. The one thing I've noticed here in this match is that the Usos have not worked well together as a team at all. It seems to be the case that always one Usos to the outside of the ring. Jeff Hardy, oh, Jeff for the Swanton again! Swanton bomb! Off the top of the rope, nails Killian Dane. Wolf goes down, Ohno's distracted. Jeff Hardy gets the victory! Matt Hardy took care of Alexander Wolf. Kassius Jey Uso distracted. Roderick Strong, Jimmy Uso, nowhere to be found. They were too busy. And Jeff Hardy, we said it earlier on, you got to be in the right time at the right place, and that was exactly what it was. The Swanton bomb off the top nailed Killian Dane and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy, they are the Hardy Boys, and still your Raw Tag Team Champions. What a win here tonight by these two men. They're still on top. Oh, wait a minute. From behind. That's the Revival. Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder. Stomping away here. Beating the living hell out of the Hardys. They sent a message recently on Raw. They're sending another one to the Hardys here tonight. Last man standing. Randy Orton, Finn Balor, two of the top stars here on Raw. They compete tonight, not just to become the next man in line for a Universal Championship opportunity, but they compete for their own personal success. These two men, they just simply don't get along. As soon as both Orton and Finn Balor arrived in the same place on Monday Night Raw, both gunning for the same championship, they have had a problem from day dot. The draft brought them both here. They were on SmackDown, but had different goals. Now they're both here on Raw. They had the exact same goal. That's to become Universal Champion. Let's take a look over the last few months between these two. It all started off on draft night when Orton attacked Finn Balor threw him off the stage, hit the RKO. They then went one-on-one in a bloodbath. It was a vicious match. Orton got the better of Finn Balor. And Finn Balor would continue to hunt Randy Orton. He would screw him out of a Universal Championship opportunity by attacking Nakamura there, causing the DQ. And then Finn Balor would continue to attack. They took it to backstage. They fought there. Then recently on Raw, Orton and Joe teamed up to take out Finn Balor. And Orton has seemed to get the one-up on Finn in recent times. It looks like Randy Orton might have just been getting in the mind of Finn Balor. Finn yet to beat Orton one-on-one. Randy beating Finn Balor on Raw in that match we spoke about. And has really propelled Orton right to the top of the contenders here on Raw. We're going to find out who out of these two will become the next contender for the Universal Championship. Will it be Finn Balor? Will it be Randy Orton? Of course, later on tonight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe compete for the Universal Championship in our main event. As we see Finn Balor arrive to the ring. Big match for Finn. He is a former WWE champion. In fact, the longest reigning WWE champion over on SmackDown in Universe Mode history. But it has been 10 months here in Universe Mode since Finn Balor held that championship. Finn Balor won the Royal Rumble earlier on in the year, but he lost at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns. Now Finn Balor, to begin Season 5, was drafted here to Raw. He had an opportunity for the championship at Payback, as did Orton and Seth Rollins in a fatal 4-way match. Finn Balor was beaten in that match. And Randy Orton felt as though that Finn no longer deserved an opportunity because of that. Finn Balor took exception to that. As Finn Balor continued to string together the victories, Finn Balor continued to look good. But let's be honest, that loss still lingering around Finn Balor's mind, as is the one against Randy Orton one-on-one. Finn Balor could really use a victory tonight, but it's not just going to be a regular matchup. It will be last man standing, because these two men have fought, as we've seen a moment ago. They've fought in the ring, they've fought on the stage, they've fought backstage, the parking lot area, everywhere you could think of. These two guys have gotten into a bit of a tussle. So our general manager Christian has decided, well, I just want to know who's going to be the last man standing. Who's going to be the last man to stay on their feet? Who's going to be the man walking out of this arena tonight? Who deserves an opportunity for the championship? As Finn Balor ducks underneath a Randy Orton clothesline to begin things. Finn Balor clearly ready for this one. He was very well prepared. Orton coming out of the gates hot. Missed out though. There's now Orton against the rope here to begin and bounces him off. Finn Balor looks ready tonight. He looks focused. We've seen Finn Balor as the demon, as the man that's been able to really test his opponents greatly. We've seen him beat some of the greats here in Universe Mode, having some great matches, some great rivalries, including one against AJ Styles, a historic rivalry in Universe Mode history, that one. Finn Balor's really had a tremendous run. He's been one of our best in Universe Mode, but the last, ever since, WrestleMania when he lost, Finn Balor's just had a couple losses as of late, and you probably start to wonder, is he still the man that he was? I feel like the injury that he sustained, he had a pretty bad back injury that just kept him out. His shoulder was banged up. Just various minor injuries that just... Oh, Finn straight back to his feet and a clothesline to the outside. Wow. Finn Balor having none of that. Take that, he says, Orton, to the outside of the ring. Well, I was about to say, the injuries that Finn Balor sustained just, kept him out for a long period of time. Just so many compiled together. So Finn Balor's been banged up, and that's the wear and tear it takes on your body to be champion for one full year. It does certainly take a lot out of you. And when Finn Balor lost that championship last year at SummerSlam in Season 4 to AJ Styles, we saw him exit the ring, and he just looked like a broken man. And that's exactly what he was. He was gone. He had nothing left to give. He came back at the Royal Rumble. He won the Royal Rumble match, but still, it just didn't look like the Finn Balor of old, despite coming back and winning that match. And at WrestleMania, he got found out because of it. And Finn Balor lost on that occasion. Orton gonna get hold of Finn right now and drag him back in the ring with that. Oh no, first the head's gonna bounce off the apron. So Finn Balor's got to try and refine that form, and we've seen it in the past. When Kevin Owens lost the Universal Championship, he went on a bit of a downward run. When Dean Ambrose lost the WWE Championship, he went on a bit of a downward run. It's been a bit of a common trend here in Universe Mode. Former champions struggling to stay at the top after losing their championships. Now Randy's going to try his luck and see if Finn Balor will stay down for 10. I don't think he will, but it's worth a try. But the best thing about this for Finn, hey, take your time. Catch your breath back. Get your breath, get back in the ring and go again. Count of 7. You might want to get back to your feet though, as he realizes count of 8. He'll get back up now. So we said 3 champions in the past that have just been unable to get back to the top after losing their championship. And you compare that to a guy like Seth Rollins. He lost his championship, but he's been able to win it back on a couple more occasions. He's been 3-time champion, for example. AJ Styles has been to the top, and he lost his title, had a bit of a bad patch for a couple months, but got the US title back. You know, he kept winning. You know, that's the challenge, I suppose. It's been a long time since Randy Orton's been WWE champion. Back in season number 2. Randy Orton was WWE champion, held it for a few months there, had some of the most historic matches in Universe Mode history, including his rivalry against The Rock, Triple H, but it was a young Seth Rollins that swooped in and took the title away from those guys. So youth has certainly played a major part throughout Universe Mode. As a count of 8, Orton's going to attack Finn Balor himself. So Randy Orton's been struggling to stay up to date with all the young guys coming through. Whilst he's still very young himself, and he's getting up there to that veteran status. He's been there for a while at the veteran status. He's been around for such a long period of time. But whilst he's still pretty young in age, I think his body has just faced so much adversity throughout the years. So many, matches he's had. Hell in a Cells, Elimination Chambers, you name it. Even matches like this, the last man standing, it takes a toll on you. I think Randy Orton looking to try and get back to the top after having a tremendous run the last year as tag team champion here in Universe Mode with Rhino as part of RKO. What a team they made. But Randy, I think he always just felt a little bit unfulfilled, as now Orton's going to go for the count again. And I think this is just a bit of mind games, and both guys just trying to catch their breath as an early onslaught of offense to begin things. Now both guys are trying their luck here. Obviously, Finn Balor's going to take as much time as he can, soak it up. Count of 8. Both guys seem to be liking the number 8 right now and waiting until that 8 number before they make their move. DDT there by Finn. We compare John Cena with Randy Orton. Both guys, it's been since season 2 since they last held their singles title. Now, for Randy Orton, he held the tag title, so he's been pretty fulfilled, whereas John Cena, no titles at all. But for Randy, he must be feeling a bit of pressure. He's been forgotten about, stepped over a little bit. Guys like Kevin Owens have come through and had so much success. And all 3 members of the Shield have come throughout his time of being champion. The last time he was champion, there's been a lot of guys that have come and gone or have stayed at the top and have basically replaced Randy Orton. They've overtaken him in the rankings, and Finn Balor has been one of them. But Randy's determined to stop Finn Balor from doing that. Randy is determined to be the Universal Champion once again here in Universe Mode. Count of 8 now as Randy Orton gets back to his feet. Now the fight continues, and what a clothesline by Randy. Well, it is a last man standing match, so both guys are going to look to try and win this one at every single occasion. So we're going to see some moves, and we're going to see the count begin to grow. It's going to be that one big move that's going to get the job done, which I feel like both guys are a bit short-sighted here. I think they're not thinking about the long game here. They're trying to win things right now. They've got to think about, later in the match. Yes, the DDT will help and put a bit of pressure on, but keep the offense going, keep the attack going. I think the more offense you do, the more more pressure you put on your opponent, the easier it's going to get. One move, it just allows your opponent to recover, get back to their feet, and potentially strike you down. So I think Finn Balor making a bit of a mistake, but Randy Orton's making the same mistake right now, which is kind of cancelling each other both out here. Whereas I think Randy, I think he's just got to string together a combination here. Finn Balor with a counter now, with the elbow, big drop kick, down goes Orton. Finn Balor thinking about a little bit more, but Randy's going to get to his feet here. Finn Balor going to line up Orton. And a right hand. Down goes Randy to the outside of the ring. Will Finn Balor follow it up with anything more? Or will he just look to wait and let the count continue? That seems to be the case. Finn Balor tried to hit, I think, the shoulder, but just, it just went for a little bit early. Instead, he had to put up shop, hit the right hand, and take Orton to the outside. Randy Orton's down right now. Finn Balor's got a real chance. He could potentially go over the top of the rope here. Well, those announce tables are available. There's two of them right there that Finn could potentially use. Instead, he waits in the ring, and now Orton's back to his feet. A mistake is for sure. As now Finn uses this announce table as Orton's bounced off the top of it. And now a kick down goes Orton again. Finn's going to go for it one more time. Back in the ring he goes, and I just feel like this is a mistake here from Finn. Randy's down. Why not keep it going? You've got the table, you just bounce his head off of it. Why not try put him through it? I think if you put him through the table, it would be over. Count of 7, Randy. Count of 8, Randy's got to get up here. Finn is going to come over, and the referee has deemed that to be okay. It's now Orton. Well, he's just got, a fall away slam. He's just got Finn Balor scouted out here, playing a bit of possum. He knew Finn was going to come, and so he decided to wait, as Randy will wait in the ring himself now. And I can understand that from Orton, who has taken a bit of offense, but Finn, keep it going. I'm not seeing that right now, and I think both men are paying the price when they're on top of this thing. Let's not forget the winner of this one, whoever is the last man standing, as that's a count of 9 there by the referee. Finn Balor using all the allotted time. Of course, whoever wins this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, will become the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. They will earn a shot at the title sometime in the future against Samoa Joe or Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's not forget our next pay-per-view will be the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That is one to watch out for, that is for sure. Looking forward to seeing that. Money in the Bank. So we're going to find out who will become Mr. Money in the Bank. Maybe we'll even see Miss Money in the Bank to go along with it. We'll have to wait and see what our general managers come up with. But this year, expect perhaps only the one briefcase for both Raw and SmackDown, and the one briefcase for the Raw and SmackDown women. So we might see a bit of an inter-promotional pay-per-view there. It will be a joint pay-per-view, of course, as will SummerSlam. The next two pay-per-views joint branded. That's why the Raw and SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views in the last couple of months have been so important. It's now Finn going to line up Randy Orton here. Boots him right in the corner. Chance now for Finn. Can he follow it up? A chance to go for the coup de grace. Could this be it? Finn Balor, we said one big move could be the one to seal the deal. Finn Balor, coup de grace, but misses. Orton back to his feet now, and Orton will just take down Finn Balor and just wait his chance now. Well, Finn went for it all, wanted to try to put him away, wanted to try and win this matchup with the coup de grace. He had the right idea, the execution just not quite there. Randy Orton able to get back to his feet and avoid. Count of 8 now, Finn Balor. Well, he's not moving. He's got to get up. Count of 9 now. Randy's going to boot him back down and keep him down. Finn Balor with a counter of his own, taking down Randy Orton. This match a little bit slow now. Both guys wanting to go for the win instead of trying to set up each other. It's now Randy with a neck breaker. Nicely executed there. Finn Balor goes down, and now Orton is going to focus on the count again. Well, that's the name of the game. It's no different than going for a cover and only getting 1 or only getting 2. It's no different to that. You've got to try and win in every possible opportunity you get. You never know until you try, I suppose, and both guys are trying right now to get this job done. But at the moment, they're only getting around the 8 or 9 count. It's close, but not quite there. Finn with the right hand, bouncing back. Now Finn, DDT. Randy goes down. Finn Balor's going to head to the top again. Finn Balor wants it one more time. Can he find the coup de grace this time? Randy has wasted too much time. Finn with the coup de grace. Will that be enough to put Orton away? The coup de grace. Randy's down. Finn Balor in position to strike if need be. Count of 4. There's 5. Orton's not stirring. The coup de grace isn't enough to win the match for Finn. Count of 7. 8 now. Orton's got to get up. 9. That'll do it. Finn Balor wins. Randy couldn't get up after 10. He wins the last man standing match. Finn Balor, Randy Orton. Well, both guys constantly trying for that victory. Both looking to put their opponent away for 10, but not really doing enough to set each other up. Finn Balor changed plans later in the match. Went for the coup de grace the first time. Missed out the first occasion. Second time, though, he connected and kept Randy Orton down for the count of 10. Now Finn Balor will have a meeting with either Samoa Joe or Shinsuke Nakamura in the future. The Universal Championship will be on the line. Finn Balor, the #1 contender, ladies and gentlemen. A nice victory for Finn. He deserved that one. Both guys not really utilizing the last man standing rules that efficiently. But Finn Balor, he changed plans late in the match, and that change of plans worked. Randy, with some crucial errors, will cost him there. Finn Balor didn't get the pinfall victory, but Randy couldn't get up for 10, and that's just as sweet. Finn Balor is the last man standing and your new #1 contender.
She's incredibly talented, she's mean, she's nasty, and she's dangerous. She's got the whole package.
Our next matchup won't be for a championship, but Sasha Banks is out for a little bit of revenge against Ruby Riott and her Riott squad. Well, it was recently on Raw. Sasha Banks was competing against Becky Lynch one-on-one. The winner of that match would become the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. On that night, Becky Lynch would defeat Sasha Banks, and you know, Sasha Banks, no surprise, she walked away, not a care in the world about Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch, well, she was getting beaten down. But Sasha Banks, to our surprise, actually turned around and tried to help Becky Lynch, but Ruby Riott came out of nowhere, stopped Sasha Banks from helping Becky Lynch, because Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan were beating up Becky Lynch in the middle of the ring. Ruby Riott waiting on the outside and was able to stop Sasha Banks from interfering. So this Riott squad that Ruby Riott has assembled has Liv Morgan to your left, Sarah Logan was on the right. This is a tremendous trio of young and upcoming women who are from NXT and now infiltrating Monday Night Raw. And these three women certainly have a big future here in the women's division, and they want to try and make their mark early on. I think they've identified Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch as the two primary targets because, let's be honest, they are the next two big women here in the division. That's not the champion. Alexa Bliss will defend the championship against Becky Lynch later on. But they've identified Sasha and Becky as the two biggest threats here right now to, obviously, Ruby Riott probably becoming the next women's champion. Ruby Riott wants to be champion, and she's figured out, well, these two women are in my way. I'm going to try and do everything I can to make sure that they get out of my way. And her idea is to use some physical force. We've been able to get the better of Sasha and Becky on a couple of occasions, beating her up backstage as well. So you don't really expect Sasha Banks to be 100%. She got put through a table recently on Raw, as did Becky Lynch in the same night. So both Sasha and Becky coming into tonight's match not 100% at all. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised that they're in here competing at all, to be honest. As right now, Sasha Banks has the arm of Ruby Riott working away on it. Ruby Riott was a part of NXT for about a year or so and didn't quite achieve the success she was hoping for down there. And I guess the chip that she generated down there has remained on her shoulder, and she's using that anger, and she's coming here to Raw and bestowing that anger on the rest of the division. And obviously getting a couple of women to watch her back in Morgan and Logan is not a bad idea at all. It's always good to have friends, and if you got friends who have the same type of values and same attitude as you, it helps even more. So now a steel chair was slid into the ring. Not sure who put that in there, but the referee hasn't seen it yet. That could play a part in this matchup. There's now Ruby. Look out. Oh, the knees into Sasha Banks into the turnbuckle. Well, the head of Sasha, now the steel chair. Oh, come on, ref. Now she's putting it in the corner. Sarah Logan with the distraction. Ruby Riott used the steel chair blatantly on Sasha Banks. Referee didn't see it. He sees the chair now. If you didn't see it, could you at least hear it? I know your eyesight isn't great, but surely your hearing isn't bad too. It's not a 2-for-1, is it? I mean, come on. This referee cannot allow the Riott Squad to get the advantage here when they're not even in the match. Ruby Riott, fair enough, but you can't allow Morgan and Logan to dictate terms on the outside. Meanwhile, Sasha Banks appears to have recovered from that steel chair shot, driving the knee into Ruby Riott, and Sasha now getting distracted by Sarah Logan. This is a big mistake, Sasha. You've got to remain focused. I know there's two on the outside and one in the ring you've got to worry about, but if you continue to focus on the outside, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get hit by Ruby Riott from behind and potentially lose this thing right here. We'll kick out. Ruby Riott changing up her look, getting a different attitude, being a bit more aggressive in her approach. And I think so far it's working for her. I think we all know she's got the talent. We all know she's got the potential to be a women's champion, but she's been missing something. That little X factor to get her across the line. I think she might have found it. A win over Sasha Banks here tonight will certainly put her on the map here on Monday Night Raw and certainly make the Riott Squad a genuine threat around here. Becky Lynch competing later on could potentially become the next women's champion. We know she's not 100% at all. Let's hope she's good enough to be able to compete and really test Alexa Bliss later on. And Alexa Bliss, she's had a bit of a lucky ride at times. She's been able to really succeed on the back of a lot of luck. Of course, that Nia Jax situation, she was able to succeed there. And of course, Sasha Banks getting herself involved. Alexa Bliss has been right time, right place. And Alexa Bliss herself has even made herself a new acquaintance, a new friend in Mickie James. So we'll see how that comes into play later on as well. As a knee there by Sasha on Ruby Riott. Tempted right hand blocked there by Ruby, and no, down goes Sasha. And Ruby Riott will now pick Sasha Banks up. Oh no, did she get caught? No, yes she did. The head of Riott goes into the outside mat, and now the count continues. It's not last man standing like our match previously, but it is a count out opportunity for Sasha Banks. Referee's learned how to count to 10 tonight. Thank goodness for that. He's had to do a little bit of counting. As now, the head colliding into the top rope. Ruby Riott with a shot to the back of Sasha's head. And now that boot. That Riott kick by Ruby Riott. Sasha Banks is hurt. Sasha Banks is down, but able to get the left shoulder up and stays in this match. Ruby Riott will feel a little bit shortchanged there. I think she probably felt as though she had Sasha Banks beaten. But no doubt, she's in control. She's looking good. She's in the driver's seat right now. Sasha Banks, all the pressure back onto her. Sasha Banks is going to try and find something to overcome this flurry of offense. Let's not forget, Morgan and Logan on the outside of the ring as well. They've certainly made their presence felt in this matchup as well. Bit of a 3-on-1 situation for Sasha. And now, speaking of, Sarah Logan right on cue, having a chat to Sasha Banks. What do you think she's talking to her about? What's her favorite color? What do you like to eat? Where do you like to go out? What are your hobbies? Or is she talking a bit of trash, telling that Ruby Riott's about to win this thing? More than likely is Ruby Riott. A chance now to capitalize on the distraction. And a right hand blocked there by Sasha. Had to do that, otherwise she was gone, I thought. She would have went down to the outside and would have been in big trouble. Now the backstabber into the bank statement, but you got to call the break as she's too close to those ropes. Sasha Banks almost catching out Ruby Riott there, and Ruby's got to be feeling a little bit, wary right now. She's got to be careful. Sasha can hit that at any time and win this match. No matter how good Ruby Riott has been, it's always in the head of Sasha Banks. When can I find that bank statement? The bulldog by Sasha, now the clothesline. Sasha Banks firing herself up here. She's heating up. Sasha Banks coming back into this thing. But oh no! The shoulder's down. Riott corner. Could be it. No. Nearly got it. Count it 2. Ruby Riott almost catching Sasha Banks off guard. Almost winning this thing. Sasha going for that neck breaker. Riott with a counter though. The knee to the face. And now Ruby Riott. Oh, there's that big kick right to the nose. Sasha Banks is hurting. close to the ropes. Can she reach out for the rope? No, she can't. Ruby Riott picks up the win. Well, give the assist to the Riott squad, let's be honest. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan getting themselves involved. But it is the Riott squad with a victory. Their leader, Ruby Riott, with a victory. And a win for the whole group. You get the feeling that was their aim tonight. They wanted this win badly. And no doubt it has put them on the map. Ruby Riott drafted to Raw. We just felt as though that she was going to get lost behind the big stars of this division in Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks. And Ruby Riott has taken matters into her own hands here and decided that's not going to happen. She's enlisted the help of two others. And they have all of a sudden made a tremendous trio. This trio, well, they certainly put themselves on the map. And they might be the most dangerous force right now in the entire women's division. Who knows what these three women are capable of doing. But Riott has beaten multi-time women's champion Sasha Banks. I wonder what the future is looking like for Riott and her squad. I am looking forward to this match. John Cena challenges for the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena is in pursuit of his first championship since Season 2 here in Universe Mode. This is Season 5. It's been over 3 years since he was last champion. The last title he held was the World Heavyweight Championship, now known as the Universal title. Well, he challenges Strowman tonight. This is how he did it. He defeated Bobby Roode in a fatal 4-way matchup. He got the pin over him. Cena wins, becomes the #1 contender. And whilst he was celebrating, this happened. Braun Strowman got in his face. And this has been the scene over the last number of weeks. Strowman and Cena, back and forth. Just that competitive rivalry. Both want to be Intercontinental Champion that bad. Both stepping up to each other. Both not backing down from a fight. Until security get themselves involved and break it up. These two men just wanted a piece of one another. It's been going on for weeks and weeks now. I think John Cena feels as though he's got to just step up to Strowman and unsettle him a little bit. Braun Strowman has been dominating. He's been unstoppable. John Cena's just going to try and knock him down a step or two. That's the key for Cena. And if he can do that, well, who knows what Cena will be able to produce here tonight. I feel like Cena has certainly unsettled Strowman. He's certainly fired Strowman up, but I feel like it could be the reverse effect. Braun Strowman might just be becoming more meaner and badder. He is the Intercontinental Champion. Braun Strowman on his way to the ring. My goodness, he is huge. He might be the toughest man in the WWE right now. He is as big and bad as you'll ever see. But here's the deal. Braun Strowman, two-time Intercontinental Champion. He's held the title for a cumulative time of over 1 year. But this exact championship reign that he's having right now, if he can get through tonight and make it to Money in the Bank, he would have held that championship for 1 year straight. It is an unbelievable feat. Finn Balor's done it with the WWE title. Braun Strowman not too far away from doing it with the Intercontinental Championship. But tonight could be his last night as champion. Braun Strowman, he's been busy defending it against Elias, hanging on there against Drew McIntyre. Braun Strowman's certainly been working hard as champion, and he's got a lot of contenders right now gunning for him. And the main one now becoming John Cena. He looks focused as ever. He realizes this is his night. This might be his only chance for this championship tonight. John Cena has been fighting for the WWE Championship and, of course, the WWE Universal Championship now as well. He's been doing everything he can over the last 3 years to become champion, but it just has not happened for him. He's had one-on-one opportunities, John Cena. He's had matches against the biggest and best. But wins on the big stage have been few and far between, and that's unlike a big match man like John Cena. He is Big Match John. He's a guy who steps into a whole new gear when the title is on the line, but we have not seen that for a little bit of time. Will we see it tonight? Can we see Cena at his best? John Cena, Braun Strowman, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. We are underway, and these two men, oh, what a start by Strowman. These two men do not like each other at all. They are both wanting this championship badly. Only one can have it. Who will it be? Strowman and Cena want to get things going to the outside of the ring here. It has to take place in the middle of the ring, of course, the pinfall or submission. But Strowman just tossing Cena down to the outside. I think that's a bit of a bad move by Cena. Why go to the outside when Strowman can hurt you even more out there? Strange call by John. John Cena trying perhaps something a little bit different. Maybe something that Strowman was not expecting. I don't think Strowman's a guy who comes in with a bit of a game plan. I think Strowman just comes to the ring and just comes for a fight. I don't think he kind of scouts out his opponents. I don't think he really analyzes what their weaknesses and strengths are. I think Strowman just turns up, puts the belt on the line and goes for it. And hits you like that, like a freight train. John Cena, on the other hand, I think he might have been doing a bit of research. How can I beat Braun Strowman? How can he be beaten? No one's been able to find an answer. Brock Lesnar couldn't find one at WrestleMania when Braun Strowman beat the Beast at WrestleMania. Unbelievable, the run that Braun Strowman is having. Is it about to come to an end tonight? John Cena sure hopes so. He wants to make sure that it happens. Well, I think the key for Cena is to try and make this match go as long as possible. Cena being the much smaller of the two is now Cena belly to belly. Nicely done. Being much smaller of the two, he's obviously going to be able to last a bit longer before getting blown out there. And Braun Strowman, he's a bad spot here. Cena went for the right hand. Braun, though, countering. So, trying to use the stamina game. Trying to make Braun Strowman get fatigued. Just trying to hang in there as long as he possibly can. Braun Strowman normally puts his opponents away pretty quickly. That's the danger for Cena. If he can survive that first running power slam, who knows where this match could lead. No doubt Cena's going to be able to match Braun Strowman with a bit of strength. John Cena, perhaps one of the strongest superstars in the WWE right now. So Braun Strowman, that's going to be a bit of a situation that he has become familiar with, but it's not something you expect every single night, or experience every single night. But of course, he did match up against Brock Lesnar, who is as strong as anyone. Braun Strowman was able to overcome Brock on that night. So a bit of experience there for Braun Strowman. It's now, a back body drop, down goes Cena. IC title on the line. John Cena yet to win that championship here in Universe Mode. In fact, the only title he's won is the WWE or the Universal Championship. No tag titles, no US, no IC, just the big gold prize. And it's now Braun Strowman looking to put it away early. Running power slam! Could be it for Cena, but I think the referee said he had a boot underneath the rope. John Cena's saved by the rope break. And this match continues. That could have been it right away for Braun Strowman. We did say Cena's just going to survive that first running power slam. Unfortunately, his boot was underneath the rope. The referee's got to call the break. Otherwise, it could have been over. Right hand there by John Cena. Shot to the midsection. And now Cena going for another one. John Cena now trying to flip him through here. Can he produce this? He can. Excellent from John Cena. Braun Strowman down now. What can Cena produce? Gonna try and pick Strowman up. Oh, bad idea. Right hand there by Braun. Now the knee. And now a combination. Braun Strowman, it looks like he's just toying with John Cena right now. Just taunting whenever he can. The crowd love him. There's no doubt about that. They love to watch Braun Strowman. But Cena, he's got a lot of heart. He's not going to give up at all. And Cena, I think, was thinking about the AA. On the net. Bending the knees, thinking about trying to lift up Braun Strowman, who got to the outside of the ring pretty quickly there after the shoulder block takedown. Now, inverted DDT. John Cena trying to draw on some energy from the audience, trying to feed off that as here he comes. He's trying to get himself into this matchup. John Cena with a couple of shoulder block takedowns. Cena ducks underneath. There's the big slam, and now can he produce the 5-knuckle shuffle? You know what's coming. But Braun Strowman, an uppercut, shutting it down. Now Braun. Oh no. John Cena getting cut up there by Braun Strowman. The shoulder rammed into the midsection of John Cena. And now, will this be it? Referee a little bit slow and maybe just help Cena kick out at 2. Now Braun lining up John Cena. What can Braun do here? One of the running power slams. Cena salvages the match for himself with a counter. A match saver, but a DDT for good measure. Braun once again going to this crowd. I think Braun really enjoys hearing the crowd chanting for him. Well, to get here, John Cena had to go through the likes of Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Elias, some big names, Bobby Roode as well. He beat Bobby Roode twice, pinned him 2 times. That's a huge name to pin as a big-time spinebuster there by Braun Strowman. John Cena certainly put through the ringer. Some of the top stars going around right now, all coming for this Intercontinental Championship. They want to be the one to beat Braun Strowman. But Cena was able to beat them all in that fatal 4-way. Now has a chance to do it here. Can he produce the victory? Cena kicks out. Braun Strowman can't believe it, but he better believe it. Braun lining him up here. Can he find the running power slam? Picks him up. Got him on the shoulders. Oh, he's going to get it all right. The running power slam. Cover. Strowman's going to retain, but not before Cena gets the shoulder up. Braun Strowman, he cannot believe it. I think for sure he thought this was over, but John Cena, big match John, stepping up tonight, proving that he is so much. He's so much to handle in a big match. He's so difficult to beat. And John Cena looking for a DDT, getting out-muscled by Strowman. Now the elbow by Braun. With all this competition going around right now, John Cena knows that he's not going to get an opportunity like this again. The AA, where did that come from? Cena to put him away. No, the shoulder is up. Braun Strowman kicked out. John Cena going for an AA out of nowhere. It almost worked. He caught Braun off guard, caught him by surprise, nearly got the job done, but now Cena looking just to slow it down a little bit, keep control, keep the pressure on Braun Strowman as he, I think, regroups a little bit here. He said, okay, I went for the AA, didn't quite get the job done. What's next? What do I try now? As Cena flips him through again. Doesn't keep the shoulders down though. Beautiful move there by John Cena as he's used that pretty effectively over the last year or so here at Universe Mode. Now, Braun Strowman working on the shoulder, the traps of John Cena. And Cena not having any of it, swept him underneath his legs. And now Braun Strowman goes down. The big man is down. That's exactly where Cena wants him. John Cena, I feel like an SDF might be the key. When it comes to a big man like Strowman, their defensive game on the mat isn't that strong. I feel like Strowman will be susceptible to a submission like the STF. I think Strowman might not have much of a chance when it comes to a move like that. I don't think he's going to be able to break it up. But then again, we have seen him use his ridiculous strength just to outmuscle. So it is possible, but you just never know. I feel like that could be the key for Cena. At least it's worth a try later on. Cena, if he keeps Strowman on the mat, that's exactly what he's going to go for. The AA. It's difficult to pick up Strowman, and Strowman's not used to getting thrown around, so that's why the impact of the AA works so well. As now Cena, here we go, looking for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Got it! Is this the precursor to the AA that could win him the Intercontinental Championship? Not to be. Strowman saying, you're not having that title, it is mine. As now Strowman with a right hand, sending Cena crashing and burning to the outside. Strowman looking to defend his title. 2 more title matches to come after this one, including the Universal Championship match. Joe versus Nakamura. We've seen a title defense already tonight. Will we see another one from Strowman? Now Braun grabbing a hold of Cena, gonna throw him into the ring. Braun rolls in, and now Cena, right hand, John Cena. Here we go. He's going to go for this one more time. This time he keeps the shoulders down. Strowman kicked out. Cena, what is he going to do? Is he starting to realize that this guy is so hard to beat? Now looking for the Boston Crab. Drawing on a submission move here, but look at the power of Strowman. The legs are huge. So difficult to keep Strowman down for long. I don't think that was the best idea from Cena to try that submission. The back body drop. Now the 5-knuckle shuffle. Combination there by Cena. Hooks the leg. Will this be it? John Cena to beat Strowman? No. John Cena starting to wonder, what do I have to do? How do I beat this man? Can he be beaten? That's the big question on everybody's mind. Is Strowman beatable? Cena looking for the AA now. Lining him up. Here we go. Got it. AA. Cena gets the leg hooked. Cena. No. Can't get it done again. He can't believe it. How do you beat Braun Strowman? My goodness, he's kicked out again. Braun Strowman, he is a monster. How do you beat a monster like Strowman? He's huge. He's as tough as anyone. More importantly, he's been champion for nearly a year. Nobody's been able to crack the code. Cena has tried the AA numerous times. He's got Strowman up here. John Cena. He's tried the AA. What is he thinking? Oh, he hasn't tried off the top of the rope. He's going to go for the Super AA. John Cena off the top of the rope with a Super AA. Avalanching Strowman down. Shoulders down. Cena, will he do it? Yes, John Cena has done it. The unbeatable has been beaten. John Cena ends a 3-season drought. A drought of championship success. He finally wins a title after waiting so long, after so many chances, so many fails. John Cena perseveres. He comes back. And redemption for Cena. He unsettled Strowman in the lead up to this one. And he tried the AA numerous times. He tried everything. Nothing was working. He took Strowman to the top. He hit the Super AA. And a guy like Strowman getting taken off the top of the rope like that, it's almost impossible for him to kick out. You never know with Strowman, but on this occasion, John Cena beats Strowman, ends his unbelievable reign as champion, and begins one of his own. John Cena is finally a champion here in Universe Mode. A long-awaited championship win. Becky Lynch challenges for the Raw Women's Championship in our next matchup. The question is Becky Lynch at 100%? Well, she looks to be okay so far, but obviously what happened recently on Raw, Becky Lynch put through a table by the Riott squad. Before that, she was beaten up in a 2-on-1 attack. It's been a rough couple of weeks for Becky Lynch ever since she became #1 contender. You'd think that'd be a great thing for her to celebrate, but it's been a bit tough for her. Oh, hang on! Becky Lynch throws down the jacket and the goggles and gets met by Ruby Riott, who came out of nowhere. And now Ruby Riott, she won her match earlier on tonight, and now she's here beating down Becky Lynch before her match. Well, she took care of Sasha Banks, and now the other big threat in the division is Becky Lynch, and now she's trying to take care of her before Becky Lynch goes one-on-one with Alexa Bliss. Becky Lynch into the post, and now again, head first into it. Ruby Riott, what is this obsession with taking down the top 2 contenders? I'd say on Raw, she's certainly looking to step her authority here. The Riott squad have come along to Raw and immediately made a big impact. Taking care of Sasha Banks earlier tonight, now potentially taking care of Becky Lynch. Well, if she was 100% earlier on, I don't think she is anymore, that's for sure. Ruby Riott taking care of business right now. Again, Lynch into the steel steps. And Ruby Riott grabs a hold of Becky, throws her back in the ring. And Ruby Riott celebrates as Alexa Bliss marches her way to the ring. I wonder if there's any cohesion between Riott and Alexa Bliss. I don't think there is, but certainly very convenient timing as Alexa Bliss defends her championship here tonight. Mickie James, her new-found friend and ally. She's calling upon a veteran of Mickie James to give her a helping hand and watch her back for her. Mickie James, well, she's looking to find her own path here on Raw, and, well, hanging around with the champion certainly keeps you in the mix. I think she's kind of utilizing this relationship herself, so it's not all just, at the benefit going Alexa Bliss's way. I think this is certainly helping Mickie James, who's been starved of opportunities as of late. Pairing up with Alexa Bliss might help her out there. The title's on the line. Becky Lynch, she's crawled her way back up into the ring. She's on her feet. But you certainly cannot think she'll be okay. I think the key for Becky Lynch here is if she's going to win this thing, she's going to win it now. She's going to try and put Alexa Bliss away in the next few minutes. before the wear and tear of that attack certainly sets in. She'll be running on adrenaline right now. But if Alexa Bliss can get some offense in early, I think that's going to be it for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch continuing that leg drop. First one, now the second one. Now wrapping the legs around Alexa Bliss as well. Becky Lynch, well, it's been a tough couple of weeks for her, hasn't it? The Riott Squad getting the better of Lynch, getting the better of Sasha Banks. It just hasn't been great. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it is the numbers game, and well, she certainly can't rely on Alexa Bliss to help out, that's for sure. Becky Lynch needs a helping hand. And I don't even know if she can trust Sasha Banks fully. Sasha Banks less than impressive over the last number of months when it comes to being a trustworthy, good person. Banks has been doing whatever it takes to win the championship herself. And well, she certainly turned the page, if you will, over the last couple of weeks here on Raw. And she did help Becky Lynch, or tried to help Becky Lynch, to stop the attack from the Riott Squad. I don't know if that was to save Becky, or was it just to stop the Riott Squad from kind of making a name for themselves? Was Sasha Banks defending her own position at the top, or was she truly helping out an old enemy, an old friend, if you will, in Becky Lynch? Now the clothesline by Bliss. We'll have to wait and see, but right now it's tough here for Becky Lynch. She's getting just stomped in the face right now by Alexa Bliss. Well, we said Becky's got to come out strong and try and win this thing early. She did come out strong, but Alexa Bliss was able to counter, regain control. She hooks that leg. Becky Lynch does kick out. But you can see Becky Lynch is hurting already. Tough going for Becky. She's in a bit of pain. She was taken into the ring post, into the steel steps. Attacked repeatedly. And she was just thrown back into the ring like she was nothing. Now Alexa heading to the top. Here we go, Alexa Bliss off the top of the rope here. Not going for Twisted Bliss. Becky Lynch able to duck underneath as Alexa Bliss misfired there big time. A huge miss there by Alexa. Not sure what she was planning. But now a Bexploder. Well, hang on. Bit of second wind here by Becky Lynch. She's not done yet. She's got a bit of fight left in her, perhaps. Becky Lynch with a Bexploder. And a boot to follow it up. Can she find that disarmer? It's worked a treat in the last few weeks. Becky Lynch, oh, countered. Alexa Bliss, big counter. That reversal saves the match. DDT, scurries into the pin. Will this be it? Alexa, can't get it done yet. Kick out, Becky's still got some fight. Mickie James clapping ringside, applauding what she's seeing. Why wouldn't she? She's watching the women's champion getting one step closer to keeping her title. No thanks to Alexa Bliss, but thanks to the Riott Squad. And now, oh, Lynch swept off her feet. Alexa Bliss with a stomp. And now Alexa working away on the chin and the jaw of Becky Lynch. More pressure applied. Alexa Bliss, she's certainly in the driver's seat right now. I don't know what Becky Lynch can really produce here. It's a tough situation to be in. Alexa trying her luck again. Will this be it? No. Alexa Bliss recently winning the championship in that triple threat match against Nia Jax and Sasha Banks, able to hang on to the championship by beating Sasha Banks one-on-one, and that was actually on SmackDown. She beat Sasha Banks one-on-one on the draft night, the women's draft night. She defended that championship against her, and now we'll be waiting the next challenger for Alexa Bliss. And tonight it is Becky Lynch. And Becky, I think normally on any other night before any interference or anything like that, if she's at 100%, I think Becky Lynch can beat Alexa Bliss. But tonight, coming into the match after being put through the table on Raw, and now the pre-match assault, the odds are just stacked against Becky Lynch. And let's not even forget, Mickie James is still ringside. We haven't heard from her yet. And now Becky, tried to attack. She tried to leap up, hit down Alexa Bliss, but missed out though. Alexa Bliss with a big counter. And now Alexa Bliss perhaps losing a bit of control. Becky working on that arm. She's got it. Oh, she's wrenching that arm back. Alexa Bliss in a bit of pain. She'll be okay though, but Becky Lynch getting a bit of momentum. Alexa Bliss crashes to the outside. Collapsing really. And, Alexa though, playing a bit of possum maybe. Back and forth. Both women just having an answer for everything at the moment. And Becky catches out Alexa off the ropes, stunning her a little bit. A chance for Becky Lynch to capitalize. Alexa Bliss has come back with it though. And now Alexa picks her up. No, Becky with an elbow strike. Becky Lynch swatted away. Not happening there. And now Alexa, Hurricane Rana, heads to the top. Will this be the moment where Alexa Bliss defends her championship at the Clash of Champions? And again, she's not going for the Twisted Bliss. Went for the missile drop kick, missed it. Maybe that's why she didn't go for it. Feeling that perhaps Becky Lynch could have an answer for it. Right now it's back and forth, it's close. Becky Lynch in the corner, right hand. That forearm caught, catching out. Alexa Bliss caught her pretty good in the corner. Now Becky drags her to the middle, or thereabouts. Will this be enough? No. Alexa hanging in there. Becky Lynch fighting with everything she's got. How much has she got left? That's the question. Now looking for the disarmer. Can she find it? Oh, you betcha! She's got it locked in! Disarmer applied. Alexa, will she tap? No, she slipped out of it. Alexa, well, she hasn't got the longest wingspan in the world, and she used that perhaps to her advantage. Becky Lynch losing a bit of the grip and able to slide out of it and stays in this matchup. Now, Alexa trying to stop the arms of Becky Lynch, working away on them. Not a bad idea. If she causes some damage to those arms, it certainly will make it a little bit harder for Becky Lynch to put that disarmer and lock it in. As now Alexa Bliss hooking that leg again. Referee counts the 2 and a late kick out by Becky, but a kick out nonetheless. Now Alexa, will she go for it here? She's had many chances to do it. Lining up Becky Lynch now. She's going to go for it after all. She's tried to hit her off the top while Becky was standing on numerous occasions. She's failed. Twisted Bliss. And she gets it done. Alexa wins. Give the assist to Ruby Riott. Surprisingly, Mickie James didn't get herself involved, thank goodness, but the damage was done. A table on Raw, now the pre-match assault. The Riott Squad have had their say tonight. A victory over Sasha, and now costing Becky Lynch the title. The question I have is why? Why Becky Lynch? Why Sasha Banks? Is it about the Women's Championship? Do they want to simply take over? Do they want to simply get Lynch, get Sasha out of the picture so Ruby Riott can take the throne? Is it about that? Or is it something personal, something different, something else? Just don't quite know yet. But what we do know, it was the Riott Squad tonight, and it also was Alexa Bliss's night. I guess at the end of the day, it's not her fault that, the cards just played pretty well for her. She had the right hand and she played it. And I guess in the end, she did beat Becky Lynch. I guess you could say fair and square. She didn't exactly cheat. So, whilst it was an unfortunate situation for Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss has taken advantage of it, and she was in her full right to do so. She still is the Women's Champion. Not the most convincing victory, but one nonetheless. Bliss, still your Raw Women's Champion. The main event of Clash of Champions. The WWE Universal Championship will be on the line. It is the Samoan Badass. It is Samoa Joe taking on the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style. Let's take a look how this all came into fruition. Shinsuke Nakamura was having a match against Randy Orton one-on-one when Finn Balor would come out and actually strike Nakamura. Nakamura would get in Finn Balor's face. You can see right here, Balor would hit Nakamura. That caused the DQ, and that meant that Nakamura would become the #1 contender. And then after a few weeks, Nakamura had enough of Samoa Joe and Randy Orton's antics and actually came along and saved Finn Balor. And why not? He owed him one, that's for sure. Nakamura stopping Orton and Joe from an attack. And a brawl emerged recently on Raw. Nakamura had had enough. He came after Samoa Joe and he got him down. And he did this. He lined him up right near the crowd with a Kinshasa. Nakamura laying out Samoa Joe before Clash of Champions tonight. Here we go. Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe for the Universal Championship. Nakamura, multi-time United States champion here in Universe Mode. When it comes to the big one, this is his first opportunity one-on-one for the championship. Nakamura needs to find a victory. He knows how difficult it has been to get to this position. He has been waiting 2 seasons for this chance. Tonight, he gets it. Nakamura, he burst onto the scene, won the US title straight away, became one of the best US champions in Universe Mode history that we've ever seen, and he's held the title a couple times now, and he says he's ready. He is ready to take the next leap to the top. He's ready to become Universal Champion. Tonight, will that happen for him? Will it be his night? Will Shinsuke become the Universal Champion? His opponent is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has been on a mission, a warpath of destruction. Joe won the Universal Championship at the recent WrestleMania pay-per-view. He defended it a month later at Payback in a Fatal 4-Way against Randy Orton, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. And Samoa Joe recently beat, well, thanks to Randy Orton, was able to survive against Finn Balor one-on-one for that championship as well. Samoa Joe, some big championship defenses as of late. But tonight, perhaps the biggest. One-on-one for the championship against a red-hot emerging contender of Shinsuke Nakamura. He beat Kevin Owens. He beat Randy Orton, if you will, in controversy, to get to this position. But I think Nakamura proved that he can hang when he and Samoa Joe, they brawled to the outside, brawled into the crowd, up to the staging area. And Nakamura got the better of him with that Kinshasa. Laid out Samoa Joe. I think it was a confidence boost for Nakamura, and for me, it proved that Nakamura can get Joe down for the 3 count. Look at the focus of Samoa Joe though. He is determined. Wears the red because he is the Universal Champion and he holds that title with a lot of pride. Not many people like Samoa Joe. You don't have to like him, but you have to accept the fact that he is a very good champion. He is a very good competitor. And sometimes I think that competitive nature about him gets the better of him. He chooses to do a lot of things that not many agree with because he is so desperate to keep that Universal Championship after all the trials and tribulations he's gone through. Winning Money in the Bank, getting his Money in the Bank briefcase taken away from him, losing in that opportunity that he had against Goldberg last season to win it back. Samoa Joe has had a rough 12-month period, but it has been boosted with the victory of the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. And Joe does not want it to stop yet. Joe starting strong with a suplex. Nakamura determined himself, knowing this could be his one and only chance to become champion tonight. He cannot waste it. It's taken him this long to get this opportunity. You know, he's US champion on multiple occasions and has been a tremendous top-tier talent. We've always said that Nakamura has the ability to become champion, but it just never happened. Just the lineup of talent in his way was too big. He had the likes of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, many more in his way. Is now the Governor. So many top names in his way, but I guess you could say perhaps the luck of the draft went his way. A couple of those guys went astray. A few opportunities opened up for him, but the most important thing is that when he had the opportunity, he made the most of it. He beat Kevin Owens one-on-one. He got through Randy Orton, yes, by hook or by crook, however you want to put it. He got through him, and he got himself into this position. He earned this position. So despite the talent now, perhaps looking elsewhere, I mean, like the likes of Cena, Strowman, Bobby Roode, McIntyre, some big names, Dolph Ziggler. They're all gunning for the IC title. Nakamura has made his run at the perfect time. There's Joe. Ducks underneath and back body drop. Down goes Joe and Nakamura. Looking pretty good at the moment. Certainly matching it blow for blow right now between himself and Samoa Joe. Working hard here, Nakamura, to try and wear down Joe. Take a bit of the power game away as Joe holds his arm. And now Nakamura, oh, hang on. He just exposed the turnbuckle. Referee didn't see it. Well, Nakamura, if he's going to play a little bit dirty, I suppose fair enough, because tonight it is the night. It is all or nothing. He loses, see you later. Someone else will get the opportunity next. And that someone else will be Finn Balor. We already know who the next contender will be. But if he wins, Nakamura, after all this time, finally becomes champion. As now the referee is in the corner. He's working on the turnbuckle padding. He's having a look at it. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Is did he just pull a turnbuckle out of his pocket? I don't know. He's doing something with it. He did. He just pulled one out of his pocket, applied it, and reattached the turnbuckle padding. So Nakamura's plan, his ploy, has ultimately failed because the referee put his contacts in tonight. Nakamura going to pick up Joe, though. That won't worry him too much. I think that was more just the illusion of, oh, I have to avoid that corner. Just putting the thought into Samoa Joe's mind. A bit of mind games by Shinsuke early on. Nakamura doesn't mind a bit of mind games. We know that. As here's the cover here. Look at the leg. Shinsuke Nakamura has the support of the fans tonight. Joe, most people will be booing him out of the building. They want to see Nakamura win. Will it happen, though? Nakamura looking for the early strike. Will this be it? Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, you betcha! Kinshasa! But Joe gets the shoulder up. Well, it is early in the match. Very early. And I was a little bit concerned with the Kinshasa then because Nakamura, not a lot of momentum behind it. Not as much as you normally would see. And the reason being is because, well, the window of opportunity there was very, very small. He had to take that strike and had to go the 1-2 striker, if you will. And otherwise, that chance would have been gone. He tried it, didn't quite work. Joe, German suplex, had the arms wrapped up as well. You don't want to land on your shoulders like that if you're Shinsuke Nakamura. That's an injury waiting to happen. And Joe realizes that. He would love to injure Nakamura tonight. He has no care at all. Joe has Nakamura on the ropes here. Trouble now for Shinsuke. Now Samoa Joe with a knee. Drives it into Nakamura. Now the stomp into Shinsuke. And now the knee again. Joe relentless right now. And Samoa Joe working away on Nakamura here. And Joe, the confidence is growing. And we talked about the last couple of years that he's had. He was over on SmackDown originally. Just couldn't get a break. Just couldn't break through, the mold. There's so many guys in the middle. He just couldn't really find a path that would break him through that. He came to Raw and surprised us a little bit when he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. And when he won the Money in the Bank, something changed about Joe. You just felt as though this guy had it. You just felt as though he was going to become champion at some point. Hold that thought. He is champion right now. He's looking to retain it. The Coquina clutch is in. Nakamura. Whoa, there you go. Breaks free of it. Able to find a way to release the grip of Joe, and Joe's attempt to win this match has failed. Nakamura stays in it. Well, just to finish that thought off, Joe won the Money in the Bank. He attempted to cash in on the champion at the time, which was Goldberg, at SummerSlam last season. It failed because Kevin Nash of the NWO realigned himself with Goldberg at the time, and he distracted Samoa Joe, allowing Goldberg to hit the spear, the jackhammer, the 1, 2, 3, see you later. And Goldberg would defeat Samoa Joe. Joe would get a rematch at the next pay-per-view, but it was not exactly the way he wanted it. At No Mercy, Scott Hall would actually come along and interrupt on that occasion, distract Samoa Joe, and cost him the match. Now Joe, trying to win a match again, Coquina clutch again. Nakamura, will this be it for him now? Nowhere to go, middle of the ring, but again he releases the grip. Nakamura has released the hold, and he keeps this match alive. Big stuff from Shinsuke Nakamura, hanging in there. Now the elbow. So, of course, Samoa Joe never really got a fair one-on-one rematch for that championship. When Goldberg lost the title at the Survivor Series pay-per-view, there was a vacant championship tournament that culminated at TLC. It was Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins in the final of that. There's now more buckle paddings being removed here. Well, if the referee's going to be distracted with one, he'll at least have the second one to use. And the referee is distracted with one right now. Joe is down. Nakamura off the top. What's he got planned here? Referee does put one back on. So to wrap it up there, Samoa Joe lost that TLC tournament. Seth Rollins became Universal Champion, and Samoa Joe snapped on that night. After all the difficulties he's had over the last 6 months of that period, he finally snapped. Something just became of him, and just something inside of him was woken. And he just became an animal. Just became a vicious human being who had no care for anyone in the world other than himself and his endeavor to become Universal Champion. He would destroy, beat up anybody in his way, and eventually at WrestleMania, here we get his ultimate revenge, beating Seth Rollins, and here we are now. But that just kind of just shows you that the rough journey Samoa Joe had, and the reasons why he has gone in the path that he has. He's gone down that path because things haven't gone his way, and playing nice guy never worked for him. And the newfound aggression of Samoa Joe has worked. As Nakamura he is adamant of taking care of the turnbuckle padding. So the referee keeps putting them back on. I mean, how many more can he pull out of his pocket? I don't know. But Nakamura, how many has he taken off? What, 4 now? 4 or 5? I don't know, but it's ridiculous. I don't even think he's been able to use one to its effect. I think he just wants to keep the referee distracted. Or at least keep Samoa Joe worried that he might use it. German suplex. Clearly a strategy from Nakamura heading into this match that he was going to do that. The referee, surprisingly, I mean, he's as blind as a bat, so he hasn't really seen Nakamura do it. Oh, that knee! So he hasn't been too concerned, hasn't disqualified him. Nakamura with the knee. Now Joe's in trouble. Shinsuke! Here we go! Kinshasa! Got it! Joe's down! But the shoulder is up. He's kicked out. Nakamura's dreams won't come true just yet. Samoa Joe kicks out. Nakamura back to the drawing board. What does he do next? The Kinshasa hasn't worked. He's tried even cheating and bending the rules a little bit with the turnbuckle paddings. Referee's distracted now. There's Joe. Look out. Here we go. Oh, Coquina clutch. Oh no. Locked it again. Nakamura. Has he got any way of breaking through this one again? He's got an MMA background. He's got some ground defense, and he's been able to utilize that again right there. Utilizing his ground defense, once again breaking free of the Coquina clutch, and just barely survives. How much longer, though, can he survive that? That grip of Joe will just continue to strengthen and tighten, and Nakamura will struggle even more to breathe. Nakamura will be wearing down now. Samoa Joe can almost taste this victory. Shinsuke's hanging in there. One more Kinshasa could be enough. Samoa Joe hanging on for dear life as well. He does not want to face that knee to the face. He's doing everything he can to keep Nakamura down as he picks him up. What power on display as he bombs him down. Now Nakamura. Oh, I think he was heading to the corner. I think he wanted Joe right there. I think he wanted to go to the corner and hit the Kinshasa. Said Joe's to the outside. Nakamura. Oh! Nakamura lands out on Joe and crashes badly. That was like a car wreck. Nakamura now hit with a Uranagi. Well, I've never seen anything like that before. Oh, he does a shoulder up. Nakamura body just gentle. I don't even know. It was not pretty. And that could have hurt him badly. He seems to be okay. He wanted to go to the outside, but at the last second he had to change direction as Joe slid back into the ring. And the change of trajectory didn't quite work out too well as Joe has Nakamura down. What can Nakamura do here? Samoa Joe itching closer and closer, you feel. Can't be too far away now. Nakamura hurting on his back as he tried for the Kokita clutch again. It has not worked out for him tonight. Does he look for the muscle buster? Hasn't tried that yet. There's presses down on Nakamura. Can't quite get the pinfall just yet. Samoa Joe now lining up Shinsuke. Oh boy. Here we go. No, Shinsuke with a counter. This time, massive counter by Nakamura. Now the forearms to Joe. Nakamura into the corner. Oh, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here against Samoa Joe. Nakamura with a counter again. That's a major reversal. And now he's got Joe in the corner. Double knees to the back. Presses down on Joe. Will this be enough? He powers out at 2. Nakamura lining up Samoa Joe. This could be it. He hits this. He's the new champion. Here we go. No! Joe with a counter. Nakamura misses. Nakamura taken off his feet there by Samoa Joe. And now Joe gets Nakamura in the corner. Oh no. One small mistake could cost him dearly. Muscle Buster by Samoa Joe. First time tonight we've seen that. Will this be the move that wins it for Joe? 2, he's got it! Joe retains the Universal Championship. Oh, it could have gone the other way, just as quick, just as easy. If Nakamura had found that Kinshasa at the very end, Nakamura's hand would have been held up high. It would have been raised, we would have had a new champion. Joe, when the time mattered the most, was able to stop it. He blocked it. He hit the muscle buster himself, saving the match, saving his championship, keeps his title reign alive. Samoa Joe, still the Universal Champion. What a win for him here tonight. Joe on top of the world. Oh, wait a minute. That's Bobby Roode. Elias. The muscle buster, and that's Elias and Bobby Roode stomping away on Nakamura. Why? Elias and Bobby Roode are beating up Nakamura here. Nakamura trying to recover after his match and head to the back. But Bobby Roode meets him, as does Elias, and stops that from happening. Nakamura into the ring post a little bit there. And now Roode and Elias just watching on as Samoa Joe in the ring. I'm sure he's probably enjoying it. But now Bobby Roode has a hold of Nakamura. Elias coming over to help. Big chop to the chest. And a double team here. These two men are working together to beat up Shinsuke Nakamura against the ring post now. And now Elias grabs him and hits his head in the ring post. Bobby Roode picks him up. And now the spine buster by Roode. What is going on? What's the deal? Why are they doing this to Shinsuke Nakamura? Well, the attack certainly has not stopped as Roode continues. Nakamura into the ringside barricade. Elias this time, he wants a turn at it. He goes after him. And Elias with a drop kick as well. Why on earth is Bobby Roode and Elias out here? Two men who've been gunning for the IC Championship as of late. Well, to be fair, they've missed out on a few opportunities as of late. Nakamura tossed over to the top there. Roode now lining him up. And now looking for the glorious DDT and finds it. He lays him out. Two men that haven't quite got the opportunities that they've been looking for, or hasn't quite got the title matches I'm sure they would have hoped for. Elias with the inverted DDT takes down Nakamura. And now just drives him up the stage area, up the ramp. And two celebrate as well. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, wait a minute. That's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is here all of a sudden. Pop-up powerbomb. What the hell is going on here? KO with a pop-up powerbomb. Taunting the crowd. Lays out Nakamura. head into the ring now. Riott and Elias are in the ring with Samoa Joe. What is going on? Joe's music is now playing. Oh, and the four men are celebrating. Elias, Joe, Riott, and Owens all celebrating here. Is this some sort of pre-planned attack? Have these four men joined up together? What is going on? Certainly something is happening there, and we'll find out more on the next episode of Raw. But those four guys have looked like they've formed some type of group there. Nakamura, the victim. Joe, still the champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for this edition of Universe Mode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. If you watch this whole pay-per-view here on YouTube, head to the comment section down below and put the word Clash in the comment section down below. That way I know you watch the whole pay-per-view and you are a true supporter of BrendenPlayz. Also, make sure you head over to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BrendenPlayz, where you can watch the full pay-per-views live as they happen when they're streamed. Follow the channel there and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode or a stream over there. Follow me on Twitter @BrendenPlayz for more BrendenPlayz coverage. Also, the website BrendenPlayz.com. You can join our Discord for absolutely free and keep the discussion over there and chat with me and many more over there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the first pay-per-view of WWE 2k19. Our next pay-per-view will be Money in the Bank. SmackDown and Raw will both be a part of it. Don't miss that one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.